Well, hello and welcome to tonight's Chess960 video. We're going to analyze a new Chess960 opening and see how to play this the right way. I think our opponent is taking his time to have a bit of a think here. And unlike in the normal formats, you get quite a bit of extra time in these 960 games to have a good think before making the first move. Um, so it's a real privilege, and he's chosen the subdued option, which I find a bit interesting. Find it a bit interesting. I see this as a fairly good idea, but not so sure about it anymore. I do like this structure, knight out here. I think that's a fairly good looking setup. He's investing time in a very well defined fianchetto setup, so he's already showed his hand, so to speak, with a kingside castling. I think we should just continue with our plan anyway, despite that. Oh, oh, there's the queen check. There's the queen check. We are not fully paying attention here. There's the queen check, but it's actually nothing to worry about. Right. Now this position has gotten a bit interesting, and it's not optimal to capture that. Maybe the knight in the way, or I want to take my time with this move. I believe this is the best way to handle it. Um, we don't mind queen check because he can come here, capture, and we trap the queen. Uh, but we do mind the trade of bishops. I think we need our bishop on the board like this. We also need to now patch this other section of the board up. I'm going to already just plant a pawn there, a big pawn, um, and support him a bit, maybe. Can even consider an idea like this, but it might be over pushing. Yeah, we knew he was going to play that. That's why we played it first. If we had taken this move here, then this wouldn't have been as good an option, I think. Now we actually have time to play this move, and I think it works out in terms of getting a space advantage. We can crack through here, and the king is a bit exposed because I haven't yet castled. Do we want to deal with this shit? This has become a very standard position. Good news is that his knights are quite out of the game, as are mine. If he goes and pushes forward first, if he breaks it open first, does that help him more? Guess it does. Okay, I've castled. I've played a weird castling move, and I'm gonna see what he wants to do. Is he gonna play the thematic f4 pawn break? No, no, he's building up for this, which is also interesting. Also interesting. Now, many players will instinctively just play this, but I want you to think a bit harder than that. We should always think a bit harder than that. Uh, all he wants to do is this. I mean, but I'm not too thrilled about this move anyway. Uh, I think I have to play this. I think this is the right structure. I don't think it makes sense to hold it back. So I'm gonna play that move anyway because it has to be played here. Uh, Good news is the king, even though he's on this exposed diagonal, it's completely unfettered by any pieces at the moment. You know, the queen's. Uh, it's an interesting. What's going on here? Is he just making room for the knight? Maybe. Now this move becomes actually palatable as an option. Uh, Option to consider. But I think this comes first. So how do we assess this position? I think I would say that black has a nice space advantage. Now, space is a fake thing, right? We all know that it's just a temporary, illusory concept in a certain sense. And so uh, you have to take space advantage with a bit of a grain of salt. The whole game here is revolving around these key squares and how we control them or don't. And thing is, he is managing to get a great outpost here and even here. So the position has gone a bit awry for me. It is fair to say that. Fair to say that here. This is not what Mother would have been hoping for. Uh, Nonetheless, we shall keep a cool, guys. Don't panic. You always gotta be your own guru in a way. You have to. You have to know when you're starting to slide into one of your tendencies, like anxiousness. Anxiousness is tendency, and you got to calm yourself down. You got to have ways to regulate your decision making by regulating the emotional reactivity. Now, this is high level concepts. If you want to take my full course, it's 9.99. But uh, otherwise, nah, I don't think I'd ever say that I have something to sell. But you never know. Okay, so what we have here, we got this move, and I think we just duck it out. Just duck it out. Um, Moves are coming in a bit of a flurry here, but I think this is all hot dust. All my pieces are here for the defense. I've got nothing to worry about there. I only got to worry about this side of the board, where I would love to land a piece right onto that, but I don't see how I can do it. So, yeah, but I could anyway just pretend to be trying to slow him down. I can pretend to be trying to slow him down, where really I'm eyeing the possibility of playing this. He's really eager to expand and break it open, and that is actually fine. That is fine for us. We do not mind. We can actually now consider this move. Feels kind of juicy. I'm gonna play it. I think I'll keep my bishop here for now. Could come in handy in a defensive spot. No need to break this. No need at all. Let's keep the focus here. The game has definitely shifted here, so we just see what to do. As long as we tame these knights, maybe we can leave them around outside the fence. This is our fence. Yeah, this is our fence. And as long as the knights are outside the fence, it's okay. But once they start coming in here, then it's a real problem. Then it's a real pest. Yeah, I was prepared to capture like this. I thought this was a fairly decent setup for black. Now we can think about how to handle this strategically. We got that knight, pesky little knight. I think, oh no, no, no. If we, hmm, uh, not finding the move. At it. It's too risky, is it? No, we can handle the risk. We can handle the risk. I don't know. See, I'm trying to not just play a safe move, I'm trying to play a precise move. I think this is one of the hardest moves I've had to play, actually. I don't know if I played it right. Just know I play with my heart. Uh, never play with your heart, man. It'll let you down. Okay. It's not going too well for me, I think. I think white has real play here. The clock is ticking down for me as well. This move is a genuine threat. Uh, I think I gotta. At least we're attacking the knight and defending against that. And now soon we can maybe consider capturing here. Maybe capture there. This is don't take en passant. En passant, bro. En passant. Did you not know about en passant? Do you think that it doesn't exist in Chess960? Should en passant exist in Chess960, first of all? I think definitely it should, because that's the fundamental part of chess, the chess part of it. Which is that if you have done the hard work of getting your pawn over the middle line of the board, your opponent shouldn't have the freebie to just whiz past you without you having a chance to capture en passant. So now he's checking the rule books because he's not happy about this. He wants to file a complaint because why is he taking so long, right? Relax, man. You've been taking longer for more basic moves. Uh, well handled. We just take this maybe and deliver a check because we can still try to mop it up with one more piece here. Just mop it up with one more piece and now see if we want to swap this bishop off. I don't think so. So we get the queen back into an active diagonal, active square, and start thinking about how to use your aces. I guess our pawns are our biggest aces. We can use that to create a lot of pressure, create a lot of energy in this direction of the board, divert his pieces away from us, and then infiltrate big time. Okay, we can actually already start prodding with an infiltration motive, but let's just see how he responds first. And now it definitely comes in because suddenly in fact, lose the knight on the spot, loses the knight, loses the game. The tables have turned just because of this pressure, this long-term strategic pressure. It's too much for humans to handle pawns. They can handle pieces, but a pawn storm, nobody can handle it. It's just too much for the mind. Uh, so we might, I don't think we'll have a quick resignation because there is still plenty of spice in the board, but we can just checkmate him instead. Nice finish there. Nice finish, guys. Well done. All right, let's have a look at the game. I want to review this. Is it gonna let me? It's doing a deep analysis or what? I think they don't know what they're doing. Okay, let's do game review. And the results are in, and it is a whopping 75. Ah. So basically, it was a tough wrestle, and I lost the game at some point, but then I pulled it right back and nearly gave it away, but managed to just about hold on. A pretty piss poor game, opening and middle game. A lot of lessons for us to learn here. Where did I go wrong? Obviously I went wrong in many places. This was a bit odd, and we should have also just taken this bloody center. We were kind of over fixated on this other idea. So I have to recognize that the simple idea of just keeping the pawn in the bloody center is something I should have done sooner, according to AI. So I had a small space advantage, as I was saying. And as you see, computer eval also gives that a 0.78, which is good. This structure is slightly better for black. But this was a thing I wasn't sure about. I was thinking like, well, obviously I'm going to play that, but then I guess this is more precise. It's definitely more precise, and it's less committal. So why not, actually? Right? Yeah, I should have kept it just simple, but I started dancing into these other games, and that's when the problem started for me. Because here now the position has slightly drifted in White's favor. His knight started to come in, very naughty outpost. I was starting to sweat a little bit here, but I kept my cool. I knew this was a bad move because strategically it doesn't make sense to try to attack when all his pieces are here for defending. This was a bad move, but bishop there instead, I don't know. I don't think it goes so well with my strategic ethos, at least at the time. Uh, but this all happened just as hoped for. I felt this was a comfortable position to play. And then I was really patting myself on the back with this move because I thought it's the right way, but turns out to not be. Turns out to not be. Because all he had to do here is just capture back there. And then I capture back here. And maybe he captures back there, he captures back here, and then he captures here. Something like that. Yeah. Instead, we get into this situation, and it was a tricky tactical position, and I instinctively moved my queen. I didn't calculate it fully because this, I saw this, and then this, and the knight gets a rook. So that's why I didn't play it. But what did I miss? I must missed a lot, obviously, but well, why? What am I? What are we not understanding here? Uh, why can the knight not just capture here? Or because of bishop d4 check. Ah, and then you get into a lot of trouble once when Cyril comes in here. That's why. Wow, interesting. Interesting. Hyper aggressive. Okay. Let's go back to review mode. So this was a big blunder, right? Because it allowed us to en passant him, and it totally changed the flavor of the game. Now, did he know that you could or couldn't do en passant? That's a big question. I don't give a fuck. I should have just taken a simple pawn here and then never had to break a sweat any longer. But I missed that chance, and I instead went hunting for these other pawns, still keeping a minute edge. Now put just too much pressure for him, and he collapsed there. And after that, it was just over. All right, thank you for watching.